All right. Um, are we live? All right. Sounds like we are live. All right. Thank you everybody for tuning in. This week, I've got really fantastic updates for you. Very exciting stuff. I'm not convinced that I can get it all done in half an hour. And I know that I've got Peter on his way. There's some stuff coming from his side also that's going to be interesting and exciting to hear. I guess it's a neat week in the crypto space. October looks like it's starting off finally, and we've got breakout on Bitcoin. And I'm sure you've all been following that price action super closely. And there's no other token that you might be following the price action. There is one that I can think of actually. That's I think running up in anticipation of what I'm going to announce today, so I will not disappoint. Um, so without any further ado, let me tell you what I'm bubbling over for. Um, I got out of my senior staff meeting earlier today, and it was as good as I could have hoped for. We've got this October software upgrade in queue, and we're putting the polishing touches on it. Um, I'll explain a little bit of what you can expect here, but this is going to be the real first rollout of the gamification aspects of the Otherverse and the Otherverse Xeon. So just in time for Halloween, we've got a whole week of Halloween events that are going to include all kinds of community events and games with questing. The questing system is going to be activated here. There's going to be 6 different quests. They're going to involve working together with other people as a social aspect of the quest, solving other complicated or fun and exciting adventure matters. I know my developer says puzzles, but they're not really puzzles. I mean, sort of puzzles, but more game quest and gamified engagement. Um, there's lots of stuff you're going to earn from this, but the main prize in world are going to be these collectible skins that are Halloween themed, of course. So you turn into a werewolf, turn into a skeleton, turn into a ghost. Um, and it's going to be also play to earn. So we're also introducing the play to earn aspect in this software release. And the way that that's going to work for this one, we're going to give you 10 WUTHX, that's the WUTHX, for completing any of the 6 quests. And then you'll get a bonus 5 WUTHX if you complete a second quest. Those, I should note, because the economy system isn't live until the next update, the WUTHX that you earn will go into your account. We will know it in the database, but you won't see it until the next update where you're suddenly going to have your accounts, and you'll see that your account is already populated with our first play to earn adventure. So I'm really excited about this rollout. We're going to start showing off some of the graphics. I kind of teased one in a video. What was it? Late last week or early this week? I don't remember. But really AAA title video game stuff that's coming down the pipeline. And as long as I'm talking about that, so I'm expecting this update to happen on the 22nd or the 23rd. The party, what do we call it? The launch party for this is going to happen on the 24th, the kickoff party. And then the quests are going to go live on the 24th. A second set of quests goes live on the 27th. And you'll be able to see this if you follow us on social media, of course. You'll be able to keep track of all of this. And then there will be a final Halloween dance party and DJs and contests and all kinds of fun giveaways and stuff that's going to happen on the 31st. So that's the October update. And I've already told you the November update We're targeting to have the economy turned on. Now, of course, that's also going to be a late November update, and it may slip into December. And I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. I'd rather the other way around. But I'm thinking we're gonna hit it in November, and that's when the token all of a sudden becomes critical. Everybody's going to need UTHEX in order to participate fully, and I think that with the giveaways that we're doing with the play to earn, that's going to continue to roll throughout the end of the year, we're going to be driving lots and lots of people into the software. I'm also going to have the affiliate program up and running, so you'll be able to bring friends in even though they're not billing yet. You'll be able to see them, and that's a whole gamified thing too, although starting off more simply, but that's a whole gamified thing. And when we've got you'll be able to get your affiliate links here with this update as well. So when you tell your friends to come in and get free money for completing quests, and also, of course, the collectible costumes that you have on your account, that's also a great incentive to bring people on board. And then when they start billing, you'll start to see that show up for you in your account, either in the form of UTHEX or in the form of cash, depending on how they ultimately end up paying. So very excited about these things. You can see that like I said, I will not have time to get to everything today, but you can see how the marketing plan is starting to implement into effect. And as we continue to roll with update and update and update, that marketing plan is going to continue to materialize, just like Peter just did. Hi, Peter.
Hey, I somehow Zoom took me to the wrong link. I don't know what the
Oh,
heck. I clicked on the same link, but I went back and clicked it again. So
excellent, excellent. Well, welcome. I got the party started here, and now you arrived just in time for me to turn over to you a discussion about, well, I want to flag one other thing before I turn it over to you, so you could talk about staking and you could talk about claims page
yep.
for, and that is the other excitement overnight. We were officially listed on CoinMarketCap. Um, just in time to see the chart explode higher, which is kind of my tongue-in-cheek joke about being glued to the Bitcoin chart earlier today. If any of you are glued to the now CoinMarketCap reporting on UTHEX. So that's a lot of exposure. And I was just wrapping up saying, we've the whole marketing plan is starting to click into place now that the token's live, the software is live. If you've had any trouble creating an account on the software, we are aware of a couple of tiny glitches. These are part of the switch over to the October patch. So a handful of email providers aren't accepting our emails. We're getting that fixed. There is a problem that I'm aware of at the tail end of creating your user profile. If you're doing that on the Xeon app, that's also being fixed. Not to worry, everybody will easily be able to create accounts. We've also migrated now onto the proper CDN, the content distribution network. So within the next 24 hours, if you aren't already seeing blazing fast download speed for Xeon, you will for sure, as it's optimized over the next few hours, and certainly within 24 hours, anybody will be able to download the software and run it very quickly. And with that, maybe let's talk a little, Peter, about staking.
Exciting. So the staking is just about complete, guys. We're going to be testing it for the next few days. So we are on track for the 20th in order for people to do it. Going to be super easy. Once we get you guys the URL, you'll simply go there, click on the time frame you want to stake, the amount of tokens you want to stake, and it'll stake. And as Brian has here, basic staking 6%. There's a 72-hour unlock there. If you haven't sold any of your tokens, you are in the initial distribution of the tokens, the first airdrop part, you haven't sold for 90 days, you'll get an additional 2% for whatever time frame you've locked it for. So if you've locked it for 730 days, you're going to get the extra 2% on that. Of course, the longer you stake it, 90 days, 7%, 8%, 10%, 18%. Guys, this helps with the project because long-term people look at it and say, okay, 12%, 15, 20% of the tokens that are out there with people are locked, 30%, 50%. It gives them confidence that the community believes in the project in the long run. On this side of it, you will be able to collect your interest on it weekly, so it'll accumulate, and you can go decide when the fee, because there's always a gas fee, right, on all the chains, that it makes enough sense for you to go claim those, and then of course bring those to your wallet. You can leave them for 3 months, 6 months, a year, and then claim them, or you can claim them as often as you want.
You made a couple of important points that I just want to highlight here. One is that the staking rewards are paid out weekly. Those go unstaked to your wallet. You can claim those, and so really you're unlocking tokens every week. So you can feel like you still have active tokens there. You can move those into the world. You could move them onto an exchange if you want. And it does instill the community with a sense of confidence. Of course, everybody that's a diamond hand, you may as well stake it and pick up either 18 or 20% as we, grow the community and the value of the token with the size of the community. I also wanted to mention, you reminded me, Peter, that there are a couple of feedback tools that I've observed, now that we're live on CoinMarketCap, there's a bullish, bearish, and on DEX tools, there's a confidence vote in the project. Of course, if you've got confidence in the project, give it a positive vote.
Yeah, on DEX tools, guys, you need to get an account. I believe also on CoinMarketCap, but it's easy. It's free to do. You just put an email address in, boom. Yeah, please go vote up on it, because that does help, right? People go to the project, they'll look at that and see the confidence of the community is extremely important. So that's on the staking. That's super exciting on that. I think
new claims page.
I think we can probably give them a little bit more exciting news too, is that
I've got a lot more exciting news.
You guys know that we had mentioned that if you hold at least 85% for a period of time, that post went out, you would get a 13th airdrop. We are working on staking that for you guys, so you will earn interest the entire period of time that over the next until you get that 13th airdrop. So
again, sorry, Peter, let me clarify this. This is for people who were involved in the pre-sale.
Yep.
So obviously, if you've come in after the pre-sale, we appreciate it, joining the community. We're going to do all kinds of stuff for you too, as you hold. You can see already with the staking and everything. But if you were in the pre-sale, then you get a bonus. We decided to give everybody a bonus month worth of UTHEX, and that once the stake, Peter, maybe you can clarify this for me. Once the staking is live, that bonus month will be automatically staked for people.
Yeah, it'll take us about 30 to 60 days. So figure about 60 days in, we'll get it. And actually, probably what we'll do, Brian, is we'll wait the 90 days. So then we know the rate. So when the 90 days, we know you qualify for it, then we'll go ahead and put that together so we know the staking rate. So at the 90-day rate point, guys, we will go ahead and get that staked for you, and it'll stake for the year, and you guys will end up with extra tokens, right? I mean, this is what we love to do, is reward the people that are supporting the project, early adopters. And if you're new to this, like Brian was saying, if you see how we're doing the early adopters, it's going to follow through over the next few years as we build this thing out as a project. We believe community is commerce. We understand the software is important, the team's important, but as important as all that is, it's the community that gets behind the project, that goes and plays in world, right? They spend time in there. The people that are going to make clothing and furniture and all that stuff, right? The people that are going to build that whole economy. that is a very important part, right? It's a key element to the success of this project. And so there will be additional rewards with a massive airdrop at some point, all kinds of great stuff that's going to happen for the people that are engaged.
Right.
I believe Brian's going to mention the first play to earn situation
I
today
did.
sometime.
I
I'm
did
not
that.
spoiling it.
No,
Oh,
I
you
did
did
it
it
already.
already?
Yeah,
Did
that
it
was my
already?
lead in.
Okay. See, that's what
Um,
happens when you're late to the meeting, right? So anyway, you guys see that there's play to earn, and that is just the beginning of what'll come out. We've got a whole
and
set of
and
tokens every month for the play to earn setup.
that's a good lead into the next thing that I wanted to discuss. The next thing that I want to discuss is very important that people understand. We had, so first of all, let me dovetail on what Peter was saying. Of course, as the project is successful, the community must share the success. That's the whole point of everything. And that's really, when he says community is commerce, it means, the community that involves the players, the state, every stakeholder. If you've got token, if you've got an account, you're contributing to the success. You should be compensated with success. And that's our attitude across the board. Having said that, I want to talk about the uniqueness of our tokenomics, because we have another really exciting set of events that are coming up here just on the token side of things. And what I'm referring to is our second mint date. The second mint date is rapidly approaching. And this is a perfect lead-in, because what I wanted to talk about with each of these mint dates that happen every month now, moving forward, we've got over a 6-year span where the token will end up being fully minted. And in each of these mint dates, there is a massive economic stimulus that happens. So not only do you get your tokens, if you were in the pre-sale, the tokens become available after the mint date, which is the 26th of October is the second mint date, but it also fills up the various wallets that are designed for marketing, designed for influencers, and designed for play to earn. And so as each mint happens, these wallets fill up for stimulating the economy, for driving new users into the platform. And it's all been carefully crafted to ensure that the token value continues to increase as these mint dates happen. So from the optics standpoint, it takes the token and increases the general market cap. And from the holder standpoint, it allows us to engage in all of these activities that really benefit the token. And so I'm very excited. I'm gonna have more of a presentation on this with some graphics. I was talking again at my senior staff meeting about creating the graphics, because I know some people have expressed confusion, and some people have even expressed concern, just not understanding why they see on DEX tools that the token is mintable. And of course, I realized I haven't explained the way that this is the stimulus to the economy properly yet. And so I wanted to, I guess, go into it a little bit today, just about how excited I am for it, with the value that it adds to the ability for the company and the token to get additional traction, additional attention, additional users, and for you to get additional opportunities to participate in these airdrops and play to earn aspects. And as Peter was saying, we're filling a wallet right now with these airdrops for what is the new user strategic reserve. And I said that I wasn't going to discuss this in a whole lot of detail in this update, but the new user strategic reserve is going to be the largest airdrop in history from a value standpoint. That's a little ways away still, which is why I said I wouldn't go into it in too much detail. But when the software is fully functional, and it is dominating metaverse, once we achieve the user base size of 25 million users, this massive airdrop, and we're going to have all kinds of information on how you participate and how you can increase your participation as a stakeholder in that airdrop. So I guess the takeaway from that part is very exciting. Not only will you pre-sale buyers be able to collect your second distribution of tokens, but it fills up the appropriate wallets for all of the marketing and all of the play to earn and everything, which, is unlocking again in November, December, January. If you see the stuff that we've got coming out, I've already been seeing the December patch stuff, of course, because we work we work many months ahead, but from the art standpoint, just like, yeah, we've have so much exciting stuff coming in the next few months.
This is where 18 years experience is going to pay off big time, guys, when you start seeing that stuff that's coming out, that will just start to bring in massive numbers of people who, what do? They need the UTHEX token for the internal economy. That's the important part about it. Okay, so let's move on to claiming your tokens. Our target right now for that is to have the platform up and running by the 24th, 25th. You'll go confirm your wallet address. We are, guys, because of a situation that happened with another project, there will be two-factor authentication put on that. So you'll connect your wallet. You'll do two-factor for you to claim your tokens. Recently, there was a project that somebody got into one of the main wallets and it didn't have two-factor on it. They were able to get, access to the seed words, and they were able to harm the project. And we want to make sure that who's getting the tokens are you. You're the one it's you. You control the wallet and you control whatever device, whether it's your email or you set it up with the authenticator or whatever, however you do it. So we make sure that one of the problems with when these things happen, guys, it affects the entire project, right? Every token holder, the project, everything. So we want to make sure that we put security in place to make sure that it is you that's claiming your tokens. It's always sad to watch a wallet get hacked, but it's even sadder if that person understands that they're staking or claiming and they go and do all that stuff as well. So we'll have that security in place. Our estimated date for you guys to be able to claim your next airdrop is the 26th. This is software. It might be the 27th or the 28th, right? I'm going to give a window there of between the 26th and the 28th. You guys will be able to go start claiming. Staking will already be available. So we're going to have a link right on the claims page when you claim your token. If you want to stake them, you'll be able to click on that link, take you right to the staking page, and you'll be able to stake your tokens, okay? Eventually, we may have just where you can claim and stake at the same time if you want to, but right now it'll be a separate page to that situation, all right?
Yeah, very, very exciting stuff. A few other sort of details or answers for people's questions. Follow us if you're not doing it already, obviously on Discord. Follow us on Twitter X, because any questions that you have when the staking goes live, any questions you have about being able to claim, we're not going to answer that here, but you'll have links, you'll have customer support, anything that you need to walk you through the process, setting up the dual factor authentication, all of that. But Discord is the best place. We have an exciting new Telegram channel. I guess it's not new, but we have an exciting, we brought it to life. But Telegram is so full of scams and scammers. I mean, I can't tell you, I pop into the Telegram and immediately, I get 8 people promising to, I'll take your token up to $100 million dollars a token. Okay, we'll list you on Binance, or is like, God, the scams are like unreal. I assume they're scams. I mean, maybe Binance is hounding me to try to list, but I mean, I'm sure it will happen, but maybe it's a little bit premature right now, right?
Eventually, it will happen, but just
on
a
Discord,
little maybe premature for us to get there. We need to build a bigger, stronger community and more holders and all kinds of stuff before we get there. But we will get there, guys. This is a Discord project that's just solid. It's real. There's one of the things I wanted to mention is, guys, we're going to go ahead, Brian.
I just want to say Discord is the channel for that's heavily moderated. You will get correct information. So that's primarily, if you want to joke around and play around or, bring communities into Telegram, that's great. But trust Discord over Telegram for sure.
Perfect. And guys, you guys know that this token was launched by a DAO. And we will go ahead and start giving information over the next few weeks on how you can get involved, right? If you hold tokens, You'll have a voting ability in that DAO. So we're going to start putting that together. Look for that in the next 30 to 60 days. And we'll start getting you guys information on the DAO side of things, some of the first votes that'll come up, how you'll access that, how you'll be able to connect your wallet, and it'll know if you're a token holder or not a token holder. The great part is that will go with your stake. So if you're staking your tokens, you still will be able to use those as a voting mechanism in the process. So you don't have to worry about that. You'll still have a vote in the DAO.
Fantastic. So that is the Uthex DAO. That's a Marshall Islands company that actually was the company that did the token. Yep. And of course, it's going to be handling a lot of things in terms of your participation in voting. So we'll definitely be getting you information, and it's exciting. Like every facet of this is so many years in the planning that I bubble over just that it's actually happening now instead of like planning for it to happen. So thank you everybody for helping with that. I know I've got a few other questions that have come to me over the last week that I want to answer. One is for the people that bought packages, and you've got Wuthex coming, which is how I'm now describing the WUthex, the world Uthex. You have Wuthex. We are working on the ability for you to be able to stake those as well. The staking of the Wuthex will not happen at the same time as staking of Uthex, but shortly thereafter, we're going to have that secondary issue handled, and you'll be able to stake those as well. So not to worry. It really depends on us. It is dependent on us getting the economy in world starting to work and plumbed properly in the final iteration before we can really get that staked. But that's not very far off. So you're going to be participating in that, of course, as well. As far as moving Wuthex and turning it to Uthex, we will also be giving more information on that as things progress with the economy. I want to mention, if you haven't seen the video that came out just a little bit ago from the guys over at Beanstalk, Nifty and Jolly, take a look at that on YouTube. We've reposted it on X. That's the first time I have called it X and not Twitter ever, I think. We reposted it on X, and repost it if you can. I mean, these guys have been following this project for years already, and I'm so grateful because they've really been instrumental. They've in fact given me advice on some of the finer points of tokenomics, or some of the finer points of token building and chain selection. So definitely. You should follow those guys. They're really smart, and I'm very appreciative of everything that they've done and continue to do. A couple of other things. I am going to be appearing. Well, we're going to be featured. We are the main event for Crypto Town Hall, Mario Nofal, on October 23rd. That's going to be 10:15 a.m. This is literally within hours of us having launched the next Xeon Otherverse update, which should happen on the 22nd, but these things might slide a day or so. But that timing is not coincidental. And this is going to expose Otherverse to a whole new massive crypto audience. So I'm excited about that marketing opportunity, but I'm also excited for you to hear it. So if you can tune in, of course, if you're following us, you'll get the updates about when that's happening, but that's October 23rd at 10:15 a.m. Pacific time. And following that, and following this next software update, I am going to start doing town halls so that it can be a Q&A and I can interact with the community. I'm going to start doing these town halls in Otherverse Xeon, in our convention center, where you saw the speakers last month, all of those speaking tracks and the podcast areas. So we're going to start podcasting out of that, where I'll be engaging with community. So if you've got any questions, I want to wait for this next patch to do it, because that's really where I think people are going to be flooding in to the software, and people will have more questions as the community really starts to grow exponentially at that point. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And I'll have a variety of different people with me, Peter, of course, and Jake and Anna, and maybe even RQ. We'll see, doing questions and answers to the community on every topic, any topic that you've got a question about. And the final thing that I had that I wanted to discuss today is over-the-counter token sales. We have had a lot of demand for people who want to come in for large-scale token purchases. If you are interested in doing large-scale token purchase, like, if you want to put greater than $15,000, let's say, to buying UTHEX, it is probably in your interest for us to do that as an over-the-counter transaction. We can take that, money and put it into liquidity for the token, and keep the market more healthy than having it spike up. Somebody puts $100,000 buy on the market right now, the token's going to go to $1.50, and that'll incentivize a bunch of people to try to cash out. We don't want those kind of fluctuations. So if you've got a big buy that you're looking to do, please contact us directly, so that we can keep the token smooth, and keep the price volatility from being too high, and at the same time keep the opportunity for entry for new people that are listening to this to buy into the token, where they still have huge upside potential, instead of spiking it all over the place and causing maybe people to buy in, no longer to have an entry point where they can buy in under $1 or something. I'd like the community to be able to continue to come in, to realize these big upside gains. So that's part of what over-the-counter transactions do.
Yeah. The key is community is commerce, guys. The bigger community, the more people we can get in before this thing really runs, the better off we are, because they're in a positive situation. So again, let's grow the community. There's two types of people that I find that get involved in projects. There's ones that get a token and they just wait for the time for them to exit. And then there's people that get the token and then say, you know what, I have a piece of this, so I'm going to go promote it. I'm going to get my friends to download the software. I'm going to get my friends. I'm going to text them and say, hey, have you seen what's going on here? I hope that everybody decides to become an active investor in driving the project, in really making it happen, because that benefits every single person that's involved with it, and it allows for us to continue to strengthen and continue to make Otherverse what we believe it's going to be, the #1 metaverse on the planet by far, right? Every other metaverse decides to come build an Otherverse because it is the place to be, and it's the technology, it's the team, and next and best, it's the community that you want to engage with in world. That's all I got.
Very, very positive, very upbeat, and very true. I mean,
yes,
we're starting to see it, and I know that everybody is going to just have such a blast in the with the Halloween update. And that is just still, like, I can't even tell you how early we are in all of this. Like, there are years of development stuff that is being plugged in now. It takes about a month to plug in the next round of updates and then push it out. But just wait until the tools come out for you to be able to participate by, without even contacting us for business development, to be able to get your own store, get your own apartment, deco it out, be the DJ, be a clothing designer, be a wedding planner, have access to a theater where you can, host events, or like all of these pieces that are user-driven commerce, that go way beyond anything that we've ever done in Classic. And in Classic, we have such a thriving economy and such a thriving ecosystem and cottage industries, and this is whole next level. So it is so early that that it just feels to me like we're not even out the starting gate. But you'll see next week when we patch what I'm talking about. You'll get a taste of it. So thanks again, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Peter. Let's drive forward next week, and yeah, we'll take it from there.
That sounds awesome. Thanks,
Awesome.
everybody.